Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity, y'all, to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market, right? But let me go ahead and give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, y'all, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX. And as you can see, we are looking at the 30-minute chart, and the VIX has been trading in this gathering spot. It looks like this pre-market support was at 1307 and resistance was around here at the 1328, which is right where this ATR trailing stop. But as you can see, these two lines here, I made them a lighter color today because that was a previous support and or resistance area, and we were back in that zone, right? So right now our 5 EMA at 1310 is our trouble place. It needs to get back up. If it breaks above, the 1310, then we're gonna probably go back and retest this 1319, and again it's 1328, which brings us back to the 1329 area where the ATR trailing stop is. And as you can see, it came all the way down and found support at a previous support area of 1289. So the low of this candle is 1288. So to the downside, if the VIX decides to come back down, just know if it comes under the 1298, we're going to have trouble at 1293, 1289, and the 200 EMA, which is right here at the 1276 area, 1280, 1278 area. So I would definitely watch those places. One, it kind of gives us a general idea of where the spot is. So let's go to the spot just to see where we are today. And the spot, this was the gathering spot at the pre-market. I always say support or the gathering spot, y'all. 542.49 or 542.83. Support as 542.49, resistance at 542.83. As you can see, the price is just gathering in this spot right here and not really going anywhere. It came down, found support at this ATR trailing stop, but look, it came back to the gathering spot, right? So as of now, that 542.83 is our resistance and that 542.49 is our support. It looks like we are under that now. And the 5 and the 50 looks like it wants to cross here to the downside. So our trouble place for the SPY right now is this 5 EMA at 542.46, the 20 EMA, which is right here around the 542.57, and this area of resistance at 542.60. So SPY has a lot of resistance ahead. It needs to break all of that and clear above that in order to, go back to the upside. So our trouble place again is at 542.83 and 543.35. If we break 543.35, we can come back and retest the 543.48. So I would say trade carefully today because it looks like the SPY wants to come to the downside. Under, if it break where we are now to the downside, I would definitely watch the 542.05 and this 541.97, which brings us close to the ATR trailing stop at 541.91. And if we break this area of support, know that 541.85 was a previous area of support also, and again at 541.38. So again, we've been trading in this spot area here, the gathering spot, and it looks like it's trying to break to the downside. I would say trade carefully, right? So let's go to Tesla. Tesla. It was interesting to see Tesla run up. I think it was 191. Let's see. The high of this candle was 186, and this was on Friday. So yeah, it's interesting to see Tesla run the way that it does because Tesla is Tesla. If you can find that one stock and just study it and trade it up or down, that would be that's my Tesla. Let me say that. So right now Tesla is trading, it just broke out of the gathering spot. As you can see, 178.12 is support, 178.71 is the resistance, and you can see price has just been at this area here, right? So we broke out of the gathering spot under this 178.42, 178.12 area, only to come back down under previous support of 177.21. We came all the way down. You see why it's important that we mark, the pre-market support and resistance, because price normally comes back to this area, 176.62. The low of this candle was 176.50, right? But look where the body of the candle, it hasn't closed completely, but the body of the candle is still in this area. So What do I see for Tesla as of right now? It looks as if it's trying to trade to the downside. So 176.50, below that we can find support at 176.17. Below that we can find support here at 175.85 or the 175.82. Those are going to be trouble places for Tesla. Now, if by chance Tesla breaks below this 175.82, just know that we can come back and retest this 174.80. And Tesla normally moves on average, let's see, $6.94 per day. So I would say, again, trade carefully and allow your charts to come to you, allow your trade to come to you. Pay attention to the charts, right? So this is Tesla, looking at it on a 1 hour chart. And as you can see on the 1 hour, we've been trading in this gathering spot here. We did come down and it looks like it's trying to break out of the gathering spot. So in my opinion, it looks like Tesla is trying to trade to the downside. Again, when the bell rings, y'all, it's go time. Anything is possible. Tesla can do what it does, and that's just Tesla, right? This is NVIDIA on the 1 hour chart, and as you can see on the 1 hour from Friday, it's been moving to the upside. So let's go to the 30-minute chart, and I have pre-market support at 132.29 and resistance around the 132.89. We have broken out of that and made a pre-market high of 133.70. So I need to watch this area here. Why? Because NVIDIA is moving up. We are above the 5 EMA. We have broken out of the gathering spot. Are we going to continue climbing? And as of right now, the ATR trade changed for NVIDIA. NVIDIA normally moves $10.57, and that's in either direction, right? And again, looking at it on this daily chart, we can see we are moving back to the upside. So I would definitely watch NVIDIA to the upside today. Just know that if we come to under the 133.17 area or 132.89 area, which is that 5 EMA and that level of support that we had marked for pre-market, if it falls under this, then we're going to have trouble. It's probably going to come back to the downside. So it will need to stay above the 133.17 in order to, continue to the upside. It definitely needs to clear this high. However, if it decides to come back to the downside, it needs to fall under the 132.89, and if it breaks under that, then 132.54. If it breaks under that, then 132.37. Under the 132.37, it can come back to the 131.19. And keep in mind that $10 is in either direction. It can move in either direction, up or down. So let's look at AMD. AMD is an inside day candle. So as you can see, AMD has been trading in this gathering spot here, and we have not broken really out of this area here. I made it a little bit bigger so that you can see, because I didn't mark the pre-market support and resistance because we're still trading in a previous support and resistance area. So support I have at 159.18, resistance right here at 159.52. We did break out of that to the downside. Now it did come down here and find support, as you can see right here at the 158.70. So if it comes back to this 158.70 area, then if it needs to continue down to 158.50. If we break that 158.50, we can continue to the downside. So it looks like it wants to trade to the downside. Again, that 158.50 is an area that, we could very well come back and retest. If we break the 158.50, just know that we can come back to 158.23, and the ATR trailing stop is all the way down here at 157.80. Now to the upside, because anything is possible, right? It needs to clear this 5 EMA, the 20 EMA, and the 50 EMA, and which is above the 159.39. So we need to clear all of that. 159.52, it needs to clear that and close above that, and just know that we are going to have trouble at 159.71 and again at the 159.87. Those are going to be trouble places for us for AMD. And let's see how much AMD normally moves on a daily basis. $6.48, and it too, if you go to a higher time frame, it just seems like we've been trading in this zone, in this gathering spot here. So let's look at the inside day trigger. If it breaks above 161.34, then the target to the upside is here at 162.32. If it breaks to the downside below 157.60, which is right under that ATR trail and stop, that means it would have lost support here. Just know that below 157.60 gives us a target of 157.31. So that's something to be mindful of for AMD. And just know we do have a few more inside day candles. And let's see, that's an Intel, I believe. It's an inside day. INTC Intel is an inside day candle. So above $30.56 gives us a target of $30.58. Below 30.21 gives us a target of 30.14. And Intel normally moves about 73 cents per day. It is an inside day candle. Right now it is trading in a gathering spot. We're breaking out of that gathering spot. So 30.33 is our support, and the resistance is around 30.38. So I would definitely watch that area. Just know that it can move in either direction. Nothing is guaranteed in the market, right? So JNJ is an inside day candle. 145.94 above that gives us 145.97. Below 144.49 gives us a target of 143.89. Again, JNJ is an inside day candle. It normally moves $2.06 per day, and that can be in either direction. And as of right now, we're just trading in that little gathering spot. So I would say trade carefully. Marvell is an inside day candle also. And let's see, if Marvell breaks above, let's say 73.34, which we are above that now, 73, if it breaks above 73.37, then 75.71 is the target. And if it comes down below 71.65, then 71.66. No, if it comes, we're right at it. So if it comes under 71.65, then the target is right here at 71.65, 71.68, 71.65. So just know that it's right here at the ATR, the 200 EMA, which is at 71.64. So we would definitely need to watch this area to the downside. Right now it is under the 5 EMA. However, we have made a high of 73.88. So Marvell, MRVL, is an inside day candle, and it moves about $3.15 per day. So I would definitely watch that to the upside or to the downside. So let's come, United Health is also an inside day candle. So United Health, if it breaks above 497.81, then the target to the upside is here at 501.90. If it breaks under 491.74, the target to the downside is 484.35. So United Health normally moves about $11.71 per day. And I would always say, y'all trade carefully, mark your levels of, your gathering spot, and just, trade what you see, allow your trade to come to you. And when I say that, don't rush into your trade. Make sure you have a confirmation as to why you're entering the trade. And again, when it goes against your why, get out. That is very, very important, right? Set your stop loss. If you don't set stop loss, use your mental loss, get out. And you can't be afraid to just get out if it goes against you, right? So we're looking back, we're back at the SPY. And as you can see, SPY is still in our gathering spot. Let's see. SPY is still in our gathering area. I mean, we're under the 5 EMA. It looks like that 5 and 50 is still trying to cross to the downside. So we need to definitely watch, that area. 5 and 50 is crossing down again under where we are now. If it comes back under 542.22 and come back and retest 542.03, so under 542, I will watch SPY at 541.91. If it breaks this area, just know that we've broken a level of support, a strong level of support, which is this ATR trailing stop here and this previous 541.85. So if we break under this area, so I'm going to set my alert here. If we break under 541.79, then we have broken a level of support, a strong level of support for the SPY. So I will be looking, to watch that to the downside because we're breaking down. So again, y'all, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. I say that often, right? Going back to Tesla, it looks as if we have, we're trying to find support at that 176.50. So below that, we have a lot of downside support, but it looks like Tesla wants to trade to the downside today. Again, y'all, I always say when the bell ring, anything is possible. The market can shift, news can come out, data can come out, and we just, the market just changed. So don't get set in stone as to this is it, because that's why it's important to learn your charts and learn to, follow the lead of the chart, right? So yeah, I hope these videos are very, very helpful, y'all. When I do these, this is what I see when I look at the market. Again, we learn and we grow together. So I'm super, super excited. I hope that everyone have a very profitable day today, a very productive day today, right? So I always like to leave you with this, y'all. Be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.